he was gonna be able to pick up that hero. But not this time. It's gonna be interesting to see it in the hands of Formless. I don't think we have the chance to see that a lot.
No, yeah, it doesn't feel like Complexity plays plays hero a lot. I agree there. So that's going to be fun to see how they perform with him, and having a Moira as well is always a good
Yeah,
support to go with that Clanks.
exactly. Makes him able to go for that glass cannon build. If you have either Andromeda or Moira, just go all out damage and almost no survivability.
Yeah.
Then he not just need a couple of initiators. They already have the Meraxes. They're probably gonna pick up another one and something like a jungler here. But is Parasite? A Parasite and Ophelia are banned, so it might be something like a Solstice or Cthulhuphant here.
Hmm.
Tempest is up, but that hero soaks up a lot of farm, so it's probably not gonna be that hero.
We have not seen Tempest in he's definitely died off, which is weird. I feel like Tempest
Yeah,
has always been kind of a staple hero on the scene to expect him, but yeah, we're at a point where jungle in general is not as popular as it maybe was for a bit there, and yeah, as you're saying,
yeah.
I guess is he just soaks up too much farm, and perhaps that's the ultimate reason now. Well, we don't see him, so Bubble's going to be coming out as that fourth pick.
I would say it seems like at least the top four teams from this cycle, at least, usually run that jungler if they have the option. If Ophelia or Parasite is available, that hero
Yeah.
will be picked up for sure. But yeah, all the other teams don't really like that.
Yeah, it feels like then, I guess a good way to put it, that would be, it used to be four heroes, Ophelia, Parasite, Tempest, and Keeper,
Yeah,
and now it's just two then with Ophelia, Parasite, where Keeper, obviously, he's no longer really a jungler even, and then Tempest, yeah, changing a bit, so.
it does come from time to time, but it's not as often as Ophelia and Parasite. That's
Yeah.
for sure. Sometimes I think it just happens that teams need another line stun or something like that, or something that can gank easier. I think if you want to pick up Tempest and Solstice, they're quite even or equally good at ganking. So, but the Elephant line stun is sometimes better if you have something like a Magnus and need that for follow-up initiation.
Yeah. All right, well, the fourth pick for Mint, they're really putting thought into this one. And there we go. They ran this earlier in the series. I want to say it was against Sana earlier. So,
It's definitely going to be squishy against the Moira Illusion coming in from the side trying to gank him if he's going to be laned in mid lane. So they have to watch out for that. But else I think it's a decent Thunderbringer game here. Especially because they don't expect something like a Prisoner being picked here. They already have the free cores in their lane. And none of them really catches the Thunderbringer that well. Of course Bubbles can, but he needs level 6 first. And that's after the lane phase, or the late stages of it.
I will say, I personally did like the Thunderbringer the first time, though, a little bit more than this one, because a couple of reasons. One, they actually had managed to, it was a try versus a trial lane, so obviously you had your underleveled supports, and that's always beneficial, but they also, with a very global-heavy team, got you, they had Fade especially was a big part of that, I think, and he could assist for kills that way, where, this team isn't necessarily as roam-heavy to set up kills with the, I guess, Andro Magma, sure, but I don't know. It's not as powerful. I think Fate is banned here. We see, and actually banned by Serenia too. So
yeah, he's been drafting some really strong tri-lane. Like the two other lanes outside of the tri-lane is usually something like a Thunderbringer that does very well and can assist in the tri-lane even without being there as a Thunderbringer or Bombardier.
Well, they go Sandwraith. Okay, so that kind of makes
Can
up a
also
little bit
assist.
there. It's the double global.
Definitely deadly. And very strong against two supports like Empath and Moira. Free food every time they find him.
And also,
Well,
it's also going to be, good luck and complexity for trying to hide, or like not being seen throughout the later game. Like we see, obviously, Thunderbringer and Sandwraith constantly using ultimates just simply to scout and see where the other team's at. So they got to deal with both of those now.
Yeah.
Here in this game, so.
I mean, they do have the clanks, so I would say they have the harder carry in this case, but it's really going to come down to can the Sandwraith pick off, can Hellborn side pick off the Legion side heroes, and it's very likely that they can do that a lot of the times here. So if they don't die a lot on Legion's side, come out like in an even game after 30 minutes, I definitely give the advantage to them.
There we are, roaming towards Congo Pit area. They're taking a unique path here as Fresh. And actually...
Oh, yeah. This might be a clash.
Yeah. It's very likely Complexity's hiding in the uphill spot over here. But...
Oh. Who's gonna get caught first here? I think Maxis.
Poking in. Okay, now they've seen each other. Can she go eat through the trees, maybe? No. Oh, yeah, boots on him. Jeez. First item. Look at
that void of sight here. Oh, fussy.
I don't think they realize how many are here. Yeah, the whole team was there. In fact, Moraxis, he runs right into it. He goes down off the bat. Chain lightning spreading around. Some good damage there as well. Bubble shell strips through. Gets the counter kill on the Sand Ray so far. 1 for 1. Make it a 1 for 2, though. Mora gets picked off. Empath in the midst of it. Thunderbringer is getting low, but Empath goes down. It's a 3 for 1 right now, and it's still not over just yet. Maybe it is. A 3 for 1 exchange, including the Bloodlust for Fresh right there. Big.
Yep. Very nicely executed. It's worth to note that Formula skilled up his Lackey instead of his Bang there. That Bang ability is very huge because you have 2 charges of it in those kind of level 1 engagements. So that's a bit of a shame that he didn't have that there.
Yeah.
It's definitely better than the Lackey.
I feel like Imba Boy actually usually goes Bang level 1 as well.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So that's even extra strange there. I mean, obviously in the lane it's better for last hitting, I would think, as far as, just helping there, but...
Legenstein actually gonna lose half a creep wave down here before they get to it, and meanwhile Hillborn side is gonna have the lane control. But I mean, they really need that level 2 on Clank, so he has the Bang ability if they're gonna do contest this tri-lane. And Magnus has boots. I mean, it's hard catch potential here. The Empath wall can of course screw up this blade here, so they can turn with that. That's for sure.
Yeah. So here we go. It is going to be that try versus try lane in the end. Empath and Moira are down here. Look at Magnus, though. He's setting up. Wants to make a play. Now he is going to... Okay, they know something's up. There goes the wall. They'll charge away in the end, so...
And he's actually able to pick up boots and mana battery here, so he is good to go in this lane.
Yeah. That's good news there for him. And again, I was actually thinking, too, about... Comparing what happened at 3 for 1 exchange, including the Bloodlust, you could almost like a level 1 Kongor to an extent as far as what they get out of that, other than a token of life. I mean, that was just
3 for
very
1.
big.
That's huge. I think you get 20 experience on each hero almost, so it's almost half a level. At least a third of it.
Yeah, it's again setting themselves up in the better spot. Again, the Thunderbringer, especially since this is a dual support once again, and proven to be a very effective pickup. And that goes to, they final picked the Empath here, so, knowing that they're going up against a Thunderbringer, they could have easily tried to maybe instead go the jungler route. But I wonder if that also has a little bit to do with what you got not being here.
I think so, yeah. I think that's affecting their decision making in that sense. Oh, bottom lane, Moira.
Spin's going to be enough. The Shards of Harkon go off, but just not enough to stay alive.
And Empath wasn't there in position to wall off the Swift Blade, because that's the way they can stay alive, if they manage to get a perfect wall off.
So that's continuing to be pretty difficult here for Complexity early on.
Yeah. But as it is right now, they're really relying on Oscar to hit level 6 and come gank here, so they can get some turnaround kills. But that will cause Sandrev to farm a lot here, which he already is. I think he also got some pooled region up top, so that's why he's doing as well as he is. He's actually boxing out of bubbles. It's not
Look
normal,
at those hits, man.
Yeah.
And he might get a kill! Wow! That deserted is so powerful.
Yep.
By themselves.
On paper, Bubbles wins this lane, but I'm not sure how much region he had to begin with. I mean, he's sitting on a potion and a tanker right now, and I'm assuming that Oscar has been harassing him. So...
Yeah, Probus he was the one that died early on, but I mean, he did get 3 assists out of it, so the early Iron Shield, of course, is a pretty big deal as well that he was able to pick up. So yeah, it does make sense that...
Empath used this wall here, that's a cue for them to go. Yep.
There we go, Magnus stuns in, the pain coming out, but not really too concerned about it, I guess. Magnus, in the meantime, trying to get away with a steam bath. Clanks instead turning his attention elsewhere. Empath is eventually chased down. Magma's health potion just enough initially. Using that one tree, stuns back in. The ball to Kogo ends up setting up the kill on a Clanks. Moira's going to be too far away. And now Moira in trouble right here herself. Swiftblade is spinning 7 seconds. It's not going to be up in time, I don't think. And yeah, Moira will be fine, but they got plenty out of it already. And again, Bubbles is going to have to shell surf away. As Samwraith is like, you know what, I'm going for this. He has to take cover. Oh, is it going to be enough? It's not going to be enough. Well, it will get the kill, but he did die first.
If he did use the auto-take cover instead of taking cover automatically, he could have actually disjointed one auto attack and then probably gotten the kill first with Song of the Sea. But that's you have to be really quick on those. Like if you're gonna do that. So
yeah,
good attempt. But I mean, if Empire uses his wall like that, trying to scout with it, I mean, they're gonna get punished for it every time. He cannot do that in this lane down here.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand early on already for Fresh, and they definitely have a team that can snowball as a team. I mean, Sandray, Thunderbringer, the global presence, they're going up against squishies here, especially the dual support. Once again, Clanks is going to continue to be very squishy for a long time, so this is not good for complexity. They need to really, you pointed out, especially Bubbles, by him dying is slowing, but get him level 6. I mean, Fuzzy Sloth is level 6, so maybe trying to make some work happen with him, but ideally Bubbles will be that candidate to come bottom here. Set up some kills.
Kind of needs that blink first, whereas Bubbles just needs to shield surf in.
Well, look at Clanks. I mean, they're boxing out this Legion team completely.
Yeah, but the Sandwraith is level 6 as well. I mean, one stun and the target will die from a Sandwraith ultimate.
Clanks is forced to go to the yellow camp over here, and that's never a good sign. Moira Empath aren't necessarily. I mean, they actually. I guess the Roman kill potential. It's not that great. It's not like a Magnus Andro. They can't necessarily get kills themselves. So it's like, what do they do here? They go middle, I guess. Maybe try to set up a kill on Thunderbringer.
Try and roam around. Maybe try and get the Sandwraith up top with a Bubbles kelp field, and then just ditch the bottom lane as they're doing. That's a good idea. Then have Clanks rotate to the jungle. Of course, he's not gonna farm well, but it's better than the bottom lane. And now
Bubbles right here is gonna get level 6. There we go. So again, has that kill field now. Needs a TP to get somewhere else too, of course. But Samwraith, you mentioned again, he has the Mirage.
Oh, I thought he was gonna go up that hill there and get caught. Instead, he puts a ward and sees Magnus and Drama. So that's good.
Yeah, that was. And I wonder if they're gonna pick up on that. If they maybe think that. Well, they're still waiting around, so I don't know if they did, but
I don't think they saw him put it. It's like just in time.
Well, okay, so Moira's up here, but I was going to say, they don't have enough damage to kill this Sandwraith.
They need more. That's for sure. He has Steam Boots and Iron Shield as well on top of that.
Yeah.
He's not dying. Thunderbringer actually has almost 2,000 gold. Not sure what he's saving up for.
Zebe did play it the first time earlier today, and he actually went Spell Shards first.
Yeah. I mean, the Spell Shard, Spell Thunder, something like a Staff Rest of Stone build. Always an option. At least the fun build. But yeah, Spell Shards as it is always a good pick.
Yeah. So definitely wouldn't be surprised to see that here once again. Magnus middle lane, going to be fine. They really want to kill the Sandwraith top. You see Empath is coming in as well, but again, it's the same case. It's like I don't really know if they have enough damage actually, even with Empath. It's not like she's a big damage assistance.
Yeah.
Right here,
but at the same time, they can't really be anywhere. Then they can bay mid and try and kill that guy, but it's tough. They don't have any gold, so buying smokes is also a tough choice as it is.
And you see, not going to really work out in the end. I mean, Andromeda is here, so even if they try to make a play, they would have to deal with that as well. And then, of course, there's even Thunderbringer, who could just press R and deal 210 magic damage to you no matter where you are, so always thinking about that. Obviously, the Mirage on top of that. In fact, a little surprised maybe that Fresh hasn't actually tried to make a play yet with their ultimates.
Yeah. I would like to see them at least use one of them just to scout it out, see where they are. I mean, they have no idea. This time they try and use the smokes here. It has to really succeed, be successful for them, because they're falling into a deep hole.
Thunderbringer just going to stride away, so the 4-man gank middle, unfortunately, going to come up short there. Okay, because everybody likes this tablet. Actually goes the Tablet of Command first here. He actually went Striders first, too. I don't think he did that the first game. I actually think he went the, yeah, he went Steam Boots Ring of Sorcery first game, so he's going completely different here.
Yeah. Tablet is always a good item against an empath. That wall there, you can get out of that. And maybe just getting away from clanks. Yeah. Of course, it's not that the best against Bubble's ultimate. Tabling yourself into a stun. It's not the ideal scenario.
Sandwraith, do you think Sandwraith can be pretty greedy here and maybe go for the Mock of Brilliance build, or?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah?
I think he's going for that, yeah. I mean, he could also go for something like an Energizer and be active, as he does have a Swift Blade to deal damage. But I just think going Mock against 2 supports that at this point are level 3 and they are not really gonna get anything, both below 100 GPM. They don't really have a place as it is right now. Getting that Mock will just kill them instantly, make the fight almost 5 versus 3.
Look at the bottom lane. It's basically been abandoned now for a while. Haxran's loving it. He's 377 gold per minute and counting.
Clanks is actually forced into killing Ancients.
This early, yeah. He has the Goon Squad, but no Thunderclaw, and
he's doing some damage, but it's yeah, it's not where you want to be at this point.
No. Slowly but surely going away at them. 240 gold per minute, so again, doing what he can with what he's got, which isn't much, unfortunately, but the top 3 farmers in the game all belong on the side of Fresh, and again, Swiftblade leading that way. He actually gets an Abyssal Skull for his first item here of 390 gold per minute farm.
Yeah, and when they don't see anyone from Complex's side, just using that one ultimate to just scout them out and see if, I mean, it could give a kill because you know they're farming. They are really not, they don't have any items, so they might be low as they are in this case.
Yeah, if he pressed R right now, that would be something, but...
Yep. On those Ancients, I think more what... He was very close to dying from something like a Thunderbring ultimate. He had 160 life. Not really sure about, yeah, could do the math on it.
Well, that's the thing, too,
it's just about on the edge, yeah.
They have the combo. They have Thunderbring and Sandray, so...
Yeah, exactly.
They should be able to secure kills pretty easily here.
Of course, they are getting an advantage from this, farming all three lanes, while Complexity is not really farming any of them. Of course, Fuzzy is using his axes to get something mid, but that's about it for them.
Yeah, this is an ugly game right now for Complexity, and it goes all the way to the start. It's the 3-for-1 exchange is what set the tone right off the bat, and then obviously, you know, they got 1 or 2 kills early on in the laning phase, maybe even snowballing from that 3-for-1 exchange, and it's just now gotten out of hand. So,
but even if it went the other way, I still think Mint's draft is way better in terms of how they're gonna lane this. What was gonna save them down bottom was the empath wall, and he unfortunately misplayed a bit with that and used it too liberally.
Top lane, Bubbles. Nope, just simply Sandwraith harassing a little bit, maybe getting some extra farm. He's going in pretty aggressively. There we go. Thunderbring ultimate coming out. As Sandwraith is being heavily pressured. He gets Mana Sunder, so he can't Mirage just yet. He's being locked down pretty heavily. He has to try to get away some way somehow. He pops the Desert's Curse, but it's not in time. So actually works out for Complexity right there. Meanwhile, Thunderbringer's coming in.
Thunderbringer, yep.
Uh-oh.
He wants the bubbles, that's for sure. That's a free kill.
He's going to sit on them for a while.
Oh, he does not have his ultimate, of course, yeah.
I used it
That's
there.
why he's not going, else it was a free kill.
Look at that there, yep. That's a free kill right there. And now it's him versus Empath, the battle that Thunderbringer will easily win. Oh, but he used it on himself right there, get vision. Well played. Nice little buff to Thunderbringer, got a while back there. And he gets a way out of it. Meanwhile, bottom lane, look at this. Look at how deep they're diving here. Clanksy is going to get found and killed. Look at the mini-map as well, by the way. Down here in the jungle. Oh, those wards. Ward of Science, Ward of Revelations. They have it really locked down. And now Sandwraith comes back up, and he presses hard. Mirage double tap for Iceland Go-Go. So
there's really nothing they can do.
No.
All they need to avoid as well is the Ancients, and there's nothing else in the lanes they can farm. And if they show in the lanes, they can kill them. So, oh man. This might be a 15-minute concede.
Yeah. This is, you're right. I mean, the draft is obviously really on point here from Fresh.
Zwin is really on top of drafting. I mean, as soon as it's a tri-lane versus tri-lane, dual support versus dual support, he's really drafting good heroes for the side lanes.
I do give a little bit of fault to Forbliss here, honestly, because again, they picked that empath into the Thunderbringer.
Agree.
Basically making a point that they're going to run a trial lane, and that's not good. You're really buffing Thunderbringer when you do that. And the Sandwraith on top of that, for the matter. Well, the Sandwraith was the final pick, actually, so can't really say that. But yeah, but definitely well played by Serenia there as far as the draft goes. And I cannot. Oh well, that's odd. Serenia actually DCs there. Okay, he's just reconnecting. Not a big deal.
I have a feeling he's going to base anyways. Needs to get some mana, and not gonna do anything to this right now.
But I don't know if I've ever seen a team like Complexity this low on GPM this early on. Just nothing is working at all here for these guys.
Do have more access blink, I guess, but I don't see them winning any type of fight at all.
No.
Axron ulti is the empath at the same time here.
I'm pretty sure we're going to see the GG's F15. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to realize you are really behind here this early on. And I mean, okay, they're going to try to make a play here in the middle lane. That even backfires though, it doesn't
missing
work.
The spells as well.
Yeah.
And that's the second support Magnus that they could not kill. Who only has boots and power supply.
They're going to hang in there, but Fuzzy Sloth, I guess, already head back to base right here. More access. Meanwhile, down here, Swiftplay's just chasing pretty deep. He is going to fall back, realizing that the whole team basically is coming over. Not worth the dive there. Going to play that safe. Santa Wraith happens to be nearby. 3,200 gold on it, by the way. So that Mock of Brilliance is actually coming up here.
I think what's keeping them in this is the Clang's factor, hoping for some crazy turn potential here when he gets that Thunderclaw. Maybe being able to do some damage with the Goon Squad as well, while hoping to not be focused in the fights.
Oh, the middle lane, actually, Thunderbird going to be jump right here. Andromeda the swap at the right time. As soon as the Kelfield came in, that was perfect. She is going to die, but now Santa Wraith with that Mirage gets a turn kill on Bubbles at least. There is no Thunderbringer ultimate to deal with at least, but another setup for a turn. And the lead will just continue to rise. You see the Sword of the High just delivered to Santa Wraith. So he's going to have a mock at about 18, 19 minutes here, if that.
I think both Moira and Empath are going to die when both Santa Wraith and Thunderbringer presses die. Unless they are sitting in the well.
Yeah, no, they are. They definitely are. In fact, Clank's okay. He's gonna get healed up here, so he'll be fine from that for the time being. But
yeah, I guess if they can get level 6, Empath can instantly jump into someone and be safe. But then he has to stick around with Clanks all the time. I guess Moira could ulti the illusion if she times it correctly. But it's not what you want to ulti Sand Wraith illusion.
No, not usually a powerful strategy. And kind of feel like Haxren's just quietly been doing his own thing here at the bottom lane, but he is actually the top farmer in the game by a lot. 445 gold per minute, and has the Firebrand. Going to be finishing a Frostburn probably to follow up the Abyssal Skull. So that's the thing too. It's it's one thing to have a Sand Wraith with a Mock of Brilliance coming along, but oh by the way, there's a Swift play that's completely out farming you as well. It's also going to continue to skill.
It's usually enough to just deal with one of them, but at this point you have both to worry about.
I mean, they've controlled the Legion jungle for so long now.
Yeah, they actually rewarded the hard camp over here as well. And they blocked the Ancients. There's one stack on them, I guess, but
yeah,
no one's farming on Legion side.
They're double blocking.
It's really trying to farm this middle camp or mid lane.
And actually, Moraxis just a little late right there. Guess why? He was able to react. All those wards and vision they have. Meanwhile, Thunderbird ultimate going off right there. Sand Wraith, he's not going to follow.
Yep. He found the empath out of position. Andromeda almost caught him there with the swap, but Bubbles bottom. It's probably not a kill.
Yep, Shelf Surfer away. He will be fine. But it's sure they're not getting kills, but they force them all back to base. That means no farm continuing to be had for Complexity here. So there's the Mock of Brilliance finished on Sand Wraith, and that may be a cue to Complexity that of how far they actually really are behind here. in this game.
I hope
so.
they press double R when Thunderbringer lines his ultimate up again.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it.
I'm looking forward to that, actually, yeah.
Empath is not full HP as it is either at this point.
Yeah. So 19 minutes in now. There's the Thunderbringer portal key. He actually went that again earlier today, too.
Yeah. It's a good item when you're ahead and you're looking for kills. Getting in there, aggressive item.
There we go. No Thunderbringer ultimate, but they find them all clustered up right there. The Mocker Brilliant's doing work, as you would expect. They get a turn kill on a Swiftblade, actually, sure enough, so that works out pretty well for Complexity. And now Samurai even dropping. Samurai goes down. It's a double tap for Clank, so I don't know if he's getting out of this, though. No, he's not. It's a genocide in return for Fresh, so it actually went a little bit better for Fresh, or excuse me, like for Complexity than maybe expected, but it's still a genocide that happened. And that was without the double ulti.
I mean, Clanks does damage, but it's not enough at this point. And if they actually focused him, instead of chasing the supports, Sandriff was chasing Empath and he was chasing Bubbles, and meanwhile the Clanks just auto-attacked him.
So, again, managed a double tap right there for Bliss. He's nearing that 300 GPM now. But on the other side, I mean, they did kill both of the carries, so... Again, there's constantly just very little things, but something that's just enough to keep Complexity here. And be like, there is hope. That something can happen, so. Can't blame them there.
They're putting Clanks to the test. If they have that hero, I think they feel really confident in it, that they can make a comeback because they have that hero.
What do we think about Glowstone on Sandray? So Staff of the Master, maybe?
Staff is very strong. You pour it in, getting that fear effect.
Yeah.
I know Ember Boy does that a lot too. Then he actually sometimes goes for a Restless Stone as well after that.
Yeah, there was that one classic game. That was you guys, I think, where fought against the Cersei when it had the sand.
Oh, yeah. That was good. We learned a couple of things that game, at least.
Yeah, that was a really weird game where Cersei, he went Staff Restoration Stone basically to counter the Cersei.
Yeah. Then we found out after that you could actually drop all your items, and then you could ultimate. But of course, then you don't get the mark effect out. And then you can pick them all up and then pour it in. And then Cersei, when she tries to ulti you, doesn't get any of the items. So it's basically just a level 25 Sandwave without items.
Wow, that's genius. Yeah. That's really clever.
Yep, but we found out after that game. So
yeah.
Could use it, of course.
Ah, Near, you're giving away all these secrets.
I think most people know at this point.
I didn't. No, I know. Thanks, Near.
You do know.
Oh, look at this.
Not sure if that's intended. And I'm not sure. Oh, it actually catch Sandwave.
Yeah, they do. He's going to Mirage, though, and he will port away initially. Does he actually get away? He does not. He got a kill, though. And I think Gogo picks up the kill on a Formless. Now Moraxis is trying to run, gets spot back in. The Arcane Shield was popped. He's going so fast here. Nice blink. And Fuzzy Sloth actually manages to escape for now. Oh, look at Thunderbringer, though. He's hunting. Pops the blast.
Look at the pathing that he's taking. Most people run left, but I think he's expecting Thunderbringer to be there. So, oh my god. He does not have vision, and he's doing this.
Yeah.
It's quite amazing, Dukes.
That's very good heads up by him.
Yep.
Oh, wow. The perfect timing, too. Oh, that was perfect.
This, man. Some might say it's random, but it's definitely not. I mean, this is assuming where they're being, then playing accordingly.
Yeah, no, it's smart.
Nice to see. I know they're far behind, but it's fun to see those kind of plays anyways.
Absolutely. Definitely making some good plays right there. 2,200 gold saved up on Swiftblade, though, so has the Frostburn. We'll see what he gets for next right here. Bottom lane, Bubbles is going to be fine. Manages to react in time. I think Andrew.
Bubbles isn't drama, that's never fun.
Yeah.
It's not usually never going to happen.
Yeah, very difficult to catch already. Portal key on Swiftblade now as well, so that's his item choice here, and just wants more catch.
Yeah. On
the Clanks especially, I'm sure. So they
if we look at this ideally, if they do get the shrunken heads, I mean, Clanks does a lot of damage. And if Empath can jump him, he won't really die, just stick near him, and Moira could she's probably gonna die. I mean, there's really nothing she can do.
Yeah.
And then the Bubbles is good at surviving as well. And then Meraxis, if he gets a shrunken head and he's tanky already, I mean, they might have a small chance. But they're doing the right thing. I mean, trying to get the pickoffs here. But Moira spawning that illusion should be a key word for it.
Now they're gonna see the mock if anything. So yeah, they know he's here. He does port out though. Where did he go? He's oh, no. Okay, I'm all over the place. Where the hell's the real one? It's not going to it. Okay, well he kills Moira.
To Moira, yeah.
He ports to him, so it wasn't working when I was clicking on it. Anyways, so he does get out of there, gets
900
the turret.
life at the same time, just for that illusion of Thunderbring ultimate.
Oh, so they did combo right there, yeah. That's the first time this game I feel like they've actually managed to combo the ultimates.
Yeah. It's kind of like Love can't really, if they go for a kill, he kind of has to sit in the fountain, so Sandrift doesn't point out and is fine.
Yeah. Don't think that's really the best strat, though, to sit in the fountain as Mora. It's not.
No, for sure not. But that's only when they're going for a kill, because else Sandrift is just going to point out as he just did. Unless they perfectly execute it with the silence into the kill field coming out after the Quake's done. But then they have to get the damage. I mean, if Empath was actually maxing Essence Link, that stun duration might have been enough to make sure to lock down Sandrift enough to get the damage in before he uses his ultimate.
Yeah.
But he's actually maxing out the wall, which I find quite interesting. It's the first time I've seen that. Most people like to max out the Essence Link.
Look at
Sandra,
this.
no Magnus.
Well, yeah, top lane actually. I think Ogo gets picked off. I was watching the bottom lane. Clanks flies away from Thunderbringer all the way into the lake and TP's out, so it manages to escape right there at least. So, yeah, nice little sequence there for Complexity. Get a kill, and Formless stays alive. We mentioned the Shrunken Head. It's close. Look at that damage chart, by the way. 29% for Thunderbringer. That's up there.
Very strong here. 22% Sandwave as well.
Yeah.
Of course. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Of course, if Complexity is to make a comeback, like to see, or Clanks is probably going to be up there, but the lead is growing for Hellborn.
And no one was surprised. This is obviously, again, just been in their control from the very beginning here. Staff of the Master on Sandwraith that actually is finished. So,
Yeah.
gonna have that delivered now. There we go. And once again, the double ultimate. He is level 16 as well, so he has a level 3 Mirage. Thunderbringer's only level 14. Not their
It's very powerful. It's basically like when you activate the Maligan ultimate, fearing everyone for 2 seconds. And adds a bit of a slow effect as well. For 4 seconds, actually 15%. It's quite good on that hero.
It is. It you see right there, actually, it secures the kill on Bubbles. I don't know without that if they would have got the kill on Bubbles. So.
Empath surviving with 200 HP here as well. Actually, Zipper could have almost picked him off. Actually, think he could have. 335 damage with the spell charge.
Yeah, I think he could have, yeah.
It's on the edge, yeah. I just don't think they saw him.
He still has that ultimate, though. They're going to go for Kongor, kinda. You got Swiftblade coming up here, though. Meraxis and Clanks. Both in trouble. Meraxis going to be found there. Clanks, he realizes he's in trouble. Swift slashes their Thunderbringer, but no! He only got the one bounce on him. And
That Minotaur
is going to live.
It's unfortunate.
Yep.
Yeah. Those nice heads up, giving vision off Clanks with the Thunderbring ultimate. Sometimes it can't be cancelled if you lose vision off your target.
Manages to escape, so well played there.
Formless, praying to the RNG gods there.
Yeah. And again, this is a fresh team, whether they know it or not. They very likely might not even be 100% aware of it. But this game is in the end meaningless. I mean, they already have the #1 spot wrapped up, no matter what happens here. But they again clearly came to play here against Complexity and playing the spoilers, as we said.
Yep.
Making sure
I think they're also having fun with this. That's for sure. But they're just keeping up the momentum at their win streak.
That they are. Oh, will be nice to see if they can keep it up into the brackets. That's what's really important now moving forward as Probusk picks up a kill on a fuzzy sloth there.
Is that with the ultimate?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like it, yeah. 80-second cooldown at this level.
Yeah, Hellborn has so aggressive voids that every time they play some on Legion side, they see them go out and put them. Yeah, that's the GG's. There's nothing they can do. I understand this. Clank's just surpassed the 300 GPM, but everyone else is not doing well.
It's a
This is
very
just this game coming down to the draft.
yeah, one of those cases, and very anticlimactic in a sense where, this is the final game and everything, and sure enough, that's how it finishes. But that is how it finishes, where Fresh continues their dominance here in cycle number 2, and they ultimately only dropped 1 game in total this whole cycle. So that's got to be a great feeling for Fresh. But again, now can they keep it up going into the brackets is what really matters here moving forward. But congratulations to them. Okay, so I'm doing the group stages right now. Update them here myself. And so obviously, as we already knew, Fresh is 100% their first place. They had 19 points, actually. And pretty good finish there. Complexity, so they finished with the 13. Okay, they went 4, 1, and 2 themselves. All right, so let's see what it looks like after this. I believe I know, but just to double check. All right, so here's the group standing. So again, Fresh number 1. It will be X-Sync number 2 at 14 points. And then Evo Corporation is going to be playing Complexity. So yeah, you guys will be the 3 and 4 teams there. So I don't think it really matters who's 3 and who's 4. I don't know if there's an advantage actually or not, but I don't think there is. So those are going to be the matchups there for the bracket stages. So, all right, we have that figured out now. What do you think? What do you think? You guys are going to be matched up against Complexity in the first round.
Yep. It's like an objective standpoint. I think most exciting thing is to see if Fresh can keep up their momentum from the group stages here. So they only dropped 1 game out of 14. I mean, that's a lot of victories. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we're ready for every team. Good to go. Expecting, yep, we have high hopes for a win this time, or first place.
Good. You should, and this is definitely, I really do feel, I mean, I felt the cycle 1 to be fair too, but this is anyone's cycle. It is, and it's going to be a fun bracket stage to see how that all plays out. So, but here we go. Here's the updated brackets now. So Fresh versus X-Sync will be in the winner bracket finals from the beginning. Again, they get the advantage there where they a loss doesn't necessarily knock them out, where you guys, Evo Corporation versus Complexity, will start in the losers bracket. Lose there will be done. So Complexity, they did grind through the losers bracket cycle 1 to ultimately win it all. So obviously it's very possible. We'll see if there's a repeat there of sorts.
I would say it's quite unique that we actually have 4 teams where you can say, I mean, there's a chance any of those 4 teams could win. Usually we either have 1 or 2 teams that are kind of competing against each other, and that's, you sort of expect this team to win this cycle and the next one. But this time, I mean, everything is open for all 4 teams here.
Yeah.
Can't really see there's a clear-cut favorite at this point. That's my opinion, at least.
No, 100%. I mean, that's definitely the case here, and it is a lot of fun to see. So, I was double checking the other series real quickly, and obviously it is finished too, and it was a split in the end. Revolution lost the first game; they came back to win the second game, though. So again, with updating the groups for that will actually mean that they're going to be tied. There is that 3-way tie now. So, I'm not 100% sure off the top of my head how that will play out now. We'll have to wait and see what the numbers say. In fact, I'll try to get some confirmation here if I can get the chance. But, yeah, they will all be at 3 points down there in the bottom portion. So need to figure out now which of those 2 teams are going to be playing in the relegation match to determine whether or not they get bounced down to the losers bracket, or excuse me, to gold division going into cycle number 3. Looking at the information, what does this say about 3-way ties? It says anything about 3-way ties on there. I'll have to confirm that here. Anyways, 2 3-way ties, head-to-head if applies, then winner is decided based on kill differential per game. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. Okay, so so again, I'm still not sure, but it'll be on the kill differential per game between the involved teams. So these 3 teams, the matchups they had against each other, the kill differential will actually determine which team finishes 6th, 7th, and 8th. So we'll have to let the admins figure that one out and ultimately come to the conclusion on who the two teams are going to be. But so I don't know if we'll know right here. We definitely won't, but we'll figure that out going into this week here, of course, and let you guys know what the deal is with that. Now, as far as that's concerned, so the actual relegation matches, by the way, they're going to be played. I'm being told now that originally the plan was to have them played on Monday, so tomorrow, but we're already learning that a couple of teams aren't going to be able to make it tomorrow. So it sounds like they actually instead are going to be playing later on in the week. So we'll have the teams will have to be talked to and obviously figure out a time and a day for them to be played. Now, that does mean that those relegation matches are going to be post-patch, so that's going to be something. But it is what it is. That's how it's going to have to set up here. So, but looking forward to that. But with that said, we don't necessarily have a time and date just yet. Stay tuned to the social media and everything, of course, the Honcast, and I'll let you guys know as soon as possible when I do have that information. But from my understanding, I am being told that at least I know for sure that tomorrow there will be no matches. So there will be no coverage tomorrow. But at the very least, so not only the relegation match will be sometime in this week, but next weekend it will be the bracket stages kicking off. And that's going to be a fun weekend indeed. Once again, the top 4 teams, anyone can win it. It really is anyone's game. And we'll kick off with that losers bracket matchup of Evo Corporation versus Complexity Gaming down there. So one other thing to bring up, too, is that the 2 teams from Gold, by the way, that are going to be in the relegation match ended up being Mystery Gang. They came back from the losers bracket. They beat Shrek is Love. So they're going to be the number 2 team. ASD is the number 1 team. Certus and a bunch of players I do not recognize is their roster. So I'm intrigued to see what those guys are about and see what they can make happen. But again, those matches will be later on in this week. So there we go. There's all of that information for you guys. Near, appreciate joining me for this final series at least, and hopping on to CoCast. Any shout-outs, any final words yourself?
Always fun as a player, and a lot of good times here casting. It's fun to do. Hopefully you guys enjoy it out there as well, being on. So yeah, it's a good series here, and ready to see the final part of the cycle fold out here.
So I had to play in the final part of the cycle. That's what you get to do.